Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Sold! Exclamation point. I had actually had four or $500 in sales from this weekend, uh, but I've been playing catch up all weekend, and so I just shipped it, got it out, and I got enough sales since I went to the post office. Figured I'd do a shorter version, and I got something I want to show off. So I'll do a real short video today. Um, And so let's go with the thing I want to show off first. When I was 16 ish, could have been 17. Now, my birthday falls weird. Um, a card came out. And about a year after that card came out, I was working in a card shop in Virginia for the summer. I was staying with my uncle in Virginia. And he had this card in his case. And at 17, I think it was worth about $100. And I've never been really a singles buyer. I've always liked to open packs. And much to my downfall, I think what happened was when I was 11, I was putting together the 1989 Score baseball set, a pack at a time from Food and Fuel, the gas station. I would go up to the gas station, and every time I had 50 cents or a dollar, I'd buy a couple packs. And I'm 20 cards short, and I go to a card store, and one of the cards I was missing was Jose Canseco. And I saw a Jose Canseco. At this time, 50-cent cards were in display cases in 1989. And I saw Jose Canseco for 50 cents in the display case. And I thought, oh, man, I need that Canseco. It's the heavy hitter in the set. and I said, no, I'm going to open a pack. Because I've always loved opening packs. Open a pack, and I got a Canseco. That may have been the worst thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. I ended up not being a singles buyer, and I always was a pack buster. That was a backstory and bad habits. So I was working in the card shop, and there was a card I really loved. I've always loved this card. And so this would be 1995 that the card came out. So 1996, summer of 96, when Cal Ripken broke the Iron Man record, which was kind of cool because I was in Washington, D.C., when he did that. So I was staring at this card. I wanted $100. I mean, the concept of me spending $100 on a card is just it's not going to happen. And I've always wanted it. I've always admired it from afar, but I kept my pack busting habits. And so finally I decided I was going to add a card to my collection. And I went looking for it. A guy had it for $60. The last sale was $45. And so I offered $40, of course. And we settled on $50. And I got it in the mail today. 1995 Pinnacle, Ken Griffey Jr. Artist Proof. And what I'm going to do, what I've always wanted to do was, and my buddy Steve can attest to my ranting and raving about this card and wanting to put the rainbow together. So fortunately, this was back when rainbows weren't very big. So I have a museum collection to get, which is actually a nicely looking card, and the base card. So once I get all three, I'll find some way to display it, and I'll get some museum glass. I have a friend of mine who's a framer, so she can make something up for me, and I will have this displayed in my my man cave. But yeah, so I've been wanting this card for 24 years, 24, 25 years. It's been a long time coming. I got in the mail the little ding on the corner. Guy didn't mention in the listing, but oh well. It's not really for resale. It's just going to be in my collection forever. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. One of the things I tell people getting back into card collecting is, and they go, well, I'm not really sure what to do. And I haven't collected since the 90s. and everything's just so crazy now, which is true. One, I've been a big believer that there's no such thing as the right way to collect. You collect the way you want to collect. No, you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself. And then to show off really awesome cards like this Artist Proof. But one of the things I do say is, if you were a collector in the 90s, there are crazy rare inserts. We're talking stuff that were case hits, stuff that was 1 in 8 boxes, or like this Artist Proof, that's 1 in a box, and the set 600 cards. That's a hard pull. That's a crazy hard pull. And so it's half of what it was worth back in the day. You can go back and collect 90s inserts, and even really hard to get inserts, and unless it's Jordan, because even the Griffies are affordable, and I would argue even the Jordans are pretty affordable compared to even back in the 90s. They're probably, the Jordans are probably selling for the same, unless it's a PMG green, obviously. But they're probably selling for the same, and then all the other players are selling for less than what they were back in the day. Put together those really rare insert sets. And if you're a bottom feeder like me, put together the low-end inserts. There's low-end inserts, mostly made by Flair and Flair Ultra, that are amazing-looking cards, and you can put the set together for 15 bucks. I mean, that would be my suggestion. If you're not really sure, don't worry about what's happening today. Go to card shows and dig through the $1 boxes and the 50-cent boxes and the $2 boxes, and start putting together those insert sets. That's what I would do, if I was just looking for how I want to get back into collecting. All right, let's get into the sales. I'm already 7 minutes in, but for that card, I think 7 minutes is worth it. So today we, since I dropped off at the post office, we've had a lot of variation sales, and so this will be another episode of why you should be using those variation listings. First up, the Smoky Collection. You have a 3-card lot of Cubs. Leon Durham, 88 Flair, got a cool signature. He's one of the few guys that signs vertically. Ryan Dempster, top total. And a Jody Davis, 88 Donruss. Now, as much as I hate 88 Donruss, I love, and 88 Tops and 87 Tops, I actually really like when they're signed. It's a great way to make a junk set premium. Let's get an in-person signature in them. Here we go. We got a Reese Hoskins from last year's update. This is one of those situations where a variation listing sold a $1 card for $5. All they ordered was the 1 card. I'm not really sure why. I wouldn't be able to spend $5 on this card, but I would be willing to pay the $4 shipping and buy 10 cards for $1. So, not really sure why they bought it from me and not from somebody else who was cheaper, but $5 for that Reese Hoskins. This was another variation listing. One was by itself and the other was a variation listing. So I did a OPC hockey refractor. I just happened to have a handful of cards, so I put them all in one listing, and I ended up selling, I don't know if I sold the whole listing, I don't know how many I have, but I think I sold all the OPC, so that listing might be sold out. So I got these 4 OPC hockey refractors. I picked these up at the National, quarter boxes, dime boxes, 50-cent boxes, not really sure. Let's go over it. Reese is $5. The Cubs was $16 for the 3. The hockey refractors are $13, and that includes the finest refractor of Niedermeyer. So those 5 went for $13. Even though that variation listing didn't really have that many cards, had 5 or 6 cards in it, I still sold out. And I think I did sell 1 other card out of that listing previously. So I think they did buy some other stuff. All right, next up, we got a vintage new era Charleston Riverdogs fitted. It's a size 7. 7 is very hard to sell hat, $16. If there was a 7.5 or a 3/8, I probably would have asked 30 for it at least. So that goes to show you when you're out hunting and you see new era fitted, anything outside 7 1/4 and 7 3/4 is going to be harder to sell, and usually you're going to have to discount your price. This was a sale. I don't know why I listed it. I really shouldn't have. Got $8 for it. It can go media mail. There's no advertising in this book. It's one of my clients' items, and sometimes they're like, yeah, okay, I'll throw it up. But sometimes I'm just in a mood. I really should have tossed that into the bulk books that I have on KBid or brought to the flea market. Here are a couple other sales of 89 Tops folders. The 2 folders went for $13, which is a solid price. So I have these in a variation listing as well. I would not sell, if I just had one of these folders, I would not list it. It's not worth the time, it's not worth the effort. But if you have many different players and you have quantity of those players, I would totally put those in a variation listing. Make the unit price, so make the shipping price standard fee, make it $5. I think I made it 5. So that means these were all $3.99 a piece. So make it $5 and then price the item cheap. Because if they buy one, then kind of like that Reese Hoskins, then you're like, oh, okay, it's still worth my time, I guess. But really, it's going to encourage people to go, well, I want to save on shipping. Let me buy more than one. This person obviously was a Dodger collector, and so they bought the 2 Dodgers I had. I think I only have 7 or 8 different players. Not last up. 71 Twins Yearbook. Not in the greatest condition. I mean, it's the binding's strong and everything, but it's kind of scuffed up. 22, I think that's probably going to go in a reference library. And last is 83 Orioles Pennant, World Series Pennant. That went for $15. There's a lot of yellowing on that one, so that was a budget 83 World Series Pennant. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and I have posted my KBid video. Go ahead and check that out. So to give you an idea of what KBid is all about, or a auction house like KBid, and may give you an option for another sales channel for your own sales. Thanks for watching and have a great day.